It's time to take 10 minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.
Welcome to our discussion of Parshat Re'eh, two paths to God. Looking at Parshat Re'eh, we find the mitzvah of Maaser Sheni, the second tithe. In addition to the first tithe that you give to the Levi, which comes subsequent to giving 2% to the Kohen, we also have to take 1/10 of our remaining produce and bring it to Jerusalem. If it's too much to carry, we can transfer it to coins and bring those coins to Yerushalayim. There, we can't buy clothing with it. We must buy food and eat it there in front of God inside the walls of Jerusalem. I'd like to look at different interpretations of why it is that we bring Maaser Sheni. After all, it seems strange. It's a tithe for yourself. You take a tithe, and who eats it? You do. You take a tithe, you can't eat it here, you have to eat it over there. What difference does it make where you eat it? So what exactly is this Maaser Sheni, this second tithe? So Ibn Ezra firstly says, look, let's look at the pasuk. It says right there why we do it. Leman tilmad liyirad Hashem Elokecha, in order that you should learn to fear God. Why does going there make you learn to fear God? So Ibn Ezra doesn't address it, but he does say one thing. Tilma doesn't mean learn, it means to get used to it. You get used to fearing God, perhaps because you're in Jerusalem, as we'll see. The Hemek Davar says, you'll go to Yerushalayim, and there you'll have too much food. You won't be able to eat it, so you'll have to support the Torah scholars, the Kohanim, Levim, who are always there, and it's a way to support Torah, and when you support the Torah, you learn to fear God, fear Torah. The Sefer Abatim by Rab David Kochavi, he says, look, a few things. Number one, if you go there, you have to bring all that food, you'll have so much food to bring, you'll have enough food for the Shalosh Regalim. Some people will be hesitant to go for the 3 pilgrimage festivals. So we say, look, you're going to have so much food, you have to eat it there, you can't eat it at home. So we'll have to go for vacation, we'll have to go to Yerushalayim. And people will be less inclined to miss the Shalosh Regalim, the 3 pilgrimage festivals, Pesach, Shavuos, and Sukkos. Also, you'll be encouraged to go there more often, not just Pesach, Shavuot, and Sukkos. In Israel today, there are people who never make it to Jerusalem. They're busy, they don't have time. It's like you live in New York, so you don't get to the Empire State Building. So what? But if you have all this food that you have to eat in Jerusalem, you have no choice but to go to Jerusalem as frequently as you can. The Chizkuni, the Rashbam, and the Tosfot and Baba Basra, a lot of the Tosfot school, they seem to believe that who's in Jerusalem? Kohanim b'avodatam, Kohanim doing their work, priests. Leviim b'duchanam, Leviim are singing their songs, very inspiring. And Yisrael b'mamadam, and there are Israelites who are praying for the Jews, doing their yearly duty. So it's so inspiring to see all these people, and they're the ones who are going to help you learn when you go there, or as Tosfot says, Ki mitzion tetzeh Torah, it's in Jerusalem, Torah will come forth. There is a parish called the Moshav Zakanim. It's also one of the Tosfot people, and he says, you'll bring your children. You say, look, I have so much food, I can't afford to waste all this food. One of my kids live in Jerusalem, and when he's in Jerusalem, he'll be devoted to studying Torah. The Radvaz has a book called Tami HaMitzvos, and the Sefer Metzudas David, and he gives different reasons for mitzvot, and he says, Kabbalistically speaking, that it's about simcha. When you eat in front of God, there is joy. In Jerusalem, there is joy. With the singing of the Levites, there is joy. You go to Jerusalem to really experience what joy is all about. I'd like to suggest one other approach, and that is that we have 2 tithes. The regular Maaser, which is for the Levites, who are really poor people, yeshiva students. They have no other profession other than to help God, to work with God, for God, serve. And then there's Maser Sheni, which is to eat in Jerusalem. So you say, what's more important? And what the Maser Sheni says, do both. Bring a lot of food to Jerusalem. With it, you'll be able to support the poor, the widow, the orphan, and the Levite. And, in addition, bring the Maser Rishon. In addition, go to Jerusalem, so you'll be able to support the holy people, those who are Kohanim, those Leviim, those who can bring you Torah. How does a person get close with God? What is the path which a person should walk to be a holy and righteous individual? And we need both. We need to get close with the Torah scholars. As it says, we should walk in God's ways, but you can't walk in God's ways, but the rabbis say you can cling to Talmidei Chachamim. You can love scholars and rabbis. You get close with them. But there's also a second path that's just as important. That is, always remember the poor. Never forget those who are needy, and to contribute and support them and eat together with them. Not giving alms, giving out food to others, but rather welcoming in your home, sharing all that food. There's no sense of charity in Jerusalem for the second tithe. It's a sense of, I've got lots of food. Come on, everybody. Let's join in. Let's eat together. These two paths, the way of Rabbi Yossi ben Ish Tzreida, Rabbi Yossi ben Yochanan Ish Yerushalayim, Rabbi Yossi ben Yoezer Ish Tzreida, with these two approaches of opening your home to the poor, opening your home to the sages, with Maser Rishon, the first tithe, which is all about Levites and the poor, and the Maser Ani, which is for the poor, and the Maser Sheni, which is to get closer with the scholars. Between these two ideas, a Jew can come close with God, close with the Torah, close with a fellow human being. With this is the way that the Torah instructs us, by these tithes, not just to give away some of our food, some of our money, but actually to teach us the two important paths: being close with the scholars and being close with the poor. Together, Laman Tilmad L'Yirat Hashem Kecha. Together, we'll come to fear God, to learn from God, and to learn to walk in God's ways. Thank you for joining us here at the Baron Hirsch Congregation for a discussion of the Parsha on the various holidays. Thanks to Jason Lefkowitz, our producer, and thank you for joining us. And don't forget, if you enjoyed it, please like it, share it with others, spread the word. Thank you.
This has been 10 Minutes for Torah with Rabbi Joel Finkelstein.